Good speakers speak to be remembered. Great speakers speak to be repeated. Anytime you speak, you want people to repeat you, repost you, retweet you, rehire you. You want to be repeated because when you get the buzz, you get the biz. So if you want to be heavily booked as a speaker, if you want to be internationally known, if you want to get engagements over and over again, then you can't just speak to be remembered. You also need to be repeated. So the next obvious question is, well, how? How do you speak to be repeated? If you think back to the timeless advice of Bill Gove, the first president of the National Speakers Association, you'll realize he's absolutely right. He said the essence of public speaking is to tell a story and make a point. Tell a story and make a point. When people remember your story, they're going to remember your point. In fact, take a look at me giving a story to a company in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and see if you can figure out what point I make with it. Here we go.
If you had been walking towards me in the Chicago airport 2 days after I won the world championship, you would have seen my wife on one side of me and me carrying this gigantic crystal trophy. Just walking through the Chicago airport, and everybody's looking at me like, wow, who is that? Is that Denzel Washington? See, now you didn't have to laugh that hard. But this is when I realized my life would never be the same. This petite lady in a pink dress runs up to me in the middle of the concourse. Everybody's watching. And she starts reading the bottom of my trophy in front of everybody. She says, 1999 world champion of public speaking. Wow, say some things. And I was speechless. But that's when I realized no matter where I go in life, people are going to say, would you mind saying some things? So I came to a new fundamental understanding about my life and kind of about yours too. When it comes to speaking, I can no longer get ready to speak. I have to stay ready to speak. My new motto, and it should be yours too, especially in leadership, is don't get ready, stay ready. Because then you can take advantage of all the opportunities that exist. Think about this. Good luck is when preparedness meets what? Opportunity. You want to get lucky? Stay ready. Did that sound like a Viagra commercial at all? I didn't mean to be looking at you either, sir. I was just scanning the room like normal, and you just...
Have you ever seen a story that was all over the place? Have you ever given one? Me too. And it's because the speaker doesn't start crafting his message in the right place. One of the very first things we need to do when we start to craft our message is come up with what I call a foundational phrase. So what's a foundational phrase? Don't get ready, stay ready. What's a foundational phrase? Never stop asking questions. Another story I tell, what's the foundational phrase? Be too good for it to matter. What do you notice about all those foundational phrases? Feel free to yell it out. Yeah, they're short. That's exactly right. Your foundational phrase should be fewer than 10 words. Why? Why should it be fewer than 10 words?
So that people can remember it.
And who else can remember it? Me. I got to remember it too, right? But here's the real reason why it should be fewer than 10 words. Because it forces you to be crystal clear on what your message is. Make no mistake about it. The number one reason the speaker won't get his message across, he's not crystal clear on what his message is. Fewer than 10 words forces you to be crystal clear. But the other thing we want to do is make sure it's you focused, which means it's focused on your audience. That's what I mean by your audience. If you hear me, it might be what got you here won't get you there. Your dream is not for sale. And you make them visible, they make you valuable. So it's got to be you focused as well, meaning focused on your audience. Remember, you is the most important word in speaking. Some people say it is. I say, yes, you is. It's the most important word in speaking. So you want it to be fewer than 10 words. You want it to be you focused, and you want it to be rhythmic. Now you say, Craig, it has to rhyme? No, it does not have to rhyme. In fact, most of my foundational phrases do not rhyme, but they're rhythmic, which means they're easy to say, easy for people to repeat. So if you can do that, that's going to definitely make it memorable and repeatable.